Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to the amazing Suo, our guide today. And she is a renowned interior designer and feng shui expert. Her passion lies in creating beautiful and harmonious spaces through feng shui and intentional design. She has years of experience in the interior design world, and she has mastered the art of blending aesthetic and energy to elevate your environment. So, whether you're an entrepreneur that has their interior design set or not, she can help you get it together by being intentional about what that looks like so that it can impact every aspect of your life, from entrepreneurship to your relationships and even your health. So, with that being said, welcome, Suo!
Thank you, Layla. It's such a pleasure being here. And
I'm
thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you. Before we get into it, we like to play a fun game with all of our guests, or sorry, not guests, our guides. And we're going to kick it off with a riddle. Are you ready?
Okay, let's
All
see.
right, let's get into it.
Okay.
I'm ever flowing, a constant stream, a shifting shape, a waking dream. I power the world from night to day, a hidden force in every way. What am I?
Water.
Oh no! But I can see why you say that. It's actually energy.
Well, water is
Yeah.
energy.
That
Water
you know
carries
what?
a lot.
You
It's a
know what?
catalyst,
That's fair.
actually. Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, and that's why you're the expert. So, so we need to make sure that we can level set here because I know that there are a lot of misconceptions when it comes to feng shui. At least I know I had some prior to learning more about it from you. So, here are the top three myths. Feng shui is only about decor. Feng shui is superstitious and unscientific. And feng shui is a one size fits all. And these are all myths. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tackle the religious part first.
Okay.
Feng Shui really is not based on religion. It is spiritual. You could be of any religious background because I work with Archangel Michael, I work with Kuan Yin, and I also work with Ganesh. So it's whoever you're called to work with. So it's really not based on any one religion. But again,
Mm-hmm.
it's about tapping into that higher self. I call it the divine source energy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people could
Mm-hmm.
call it universe. Some people call it God. Some people call it spirit. Just a lot of different names for it, but it's all the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And So the decor and furniture layout, that's one part of feng shui. And it does help with the energy flow, but it isn't, feng shui is not just about furniture.
Right, right.
That's just only one part of it. And feng shui's been around for 5 or 6 thousand years old, and
Wow.
it's been tested over time, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of trial and errors, and it's been passed down to us first verbally, and then it was written down what worked, what didn't work, and it's originated from China, but it's now spread throughout the world. And
Mm-hmm.
so if it's not of any value, I don't think it would have been around for this long, right?
Right, that's true.
Yeah, and it
True.
really culminates astrology. So when back in the day, we looked at the stars and see how the planetary movement has an effect and impact on this planet Earth, and we live on planet Earth, right? And the impact that it has on us as human. and it ties into working with Mother Earth. So it works with geology. So it works off of the Earth's magnetic energy. Um, because we here in our heart center, we also like radiate out this magnetic field, right? We know the Heart Math Institute have science, actually proven science, that our heart radiates out 9 feet, radius, and our heart's resonance uh, actually resonate with Earth's magnetic energy. It's 7.83 hertz. So these are all
Oh,
scientific facts,
wow.
right? So that's
Right.
why we feel so good when we go out into nature, when we connect with nature, right? And so by working with Feng Shui is really bring in nature in, and then working with the natural energies that's all around us to create a
Very true.
balance. And the goal of Feng Shui is really to, like, why do we even want to do Feng Shui, right? It's
Right.
really to tapping into the energy that's all around us so that we can come to in alignment with this universal energy that's all around us, and then knowing where we have positive and negative energy that's in everything, that's the yin and yang
Right.
of life, right? That's in our physical body, and it's also in the space that's all around us. And so by Feng Shui is a very scientific mathematical set of it's a combination of art, science, philosophy, all of the things that I've mentioned.
Yeah.
But it's actually very scientific. It's a very systematic way of analyzing the energy that's captured in our home or our environmental office space. And it's so we can see where the negative energy or things that are creating blockages. It's like I think of it as the acupuncture for the space. So when you go to acupuncturist, if you have muscle tension or there's like something you're working with, is because the energy is stagnant. It's not flowing,
Right.
and they know exactly where to put in that acupuncture needle to release that energy, that stagnation, so that the energy can flow. So we're doing the same thing for our space, for our
That
environment.
makes so much sense. And I remember you telling my mom and I when we came over for tea to place two plants at the bottom of the stairs because our stairway faces the door, and then two plants at the top because it guides the energy. And it's funny how you relate feng shui to acupuncture because you literally said, okay, this is the placement. This is where you need to adjust so that the energy can flow better. And I definitely think it works because not too long after, I definitely got a really cool opportunity after out of nowhere. And, I think all things align because that it's one aspect, but then you also have to do the work, right? You also have to have the mindset aligned with making sure that it can activate. Because if you don't believe, then it's the same thing when it comes to spirituality. Like for me, my spirituality is, I believe God has a hold on my life and is working through me, and I'm also doing the work to make sure that I'm fulfilling His goal and purpose for my life. And I think the same relates to energy uh, in nature, and we could look at plants and how when you bring a plant into a home, that can, they say plants clear the air, they do all these things. And I think to what you're saying about feng shui, it just goes a little bit deeper. So I'm curious, do you think all entrepreneurs should become plant parents?
Plants are amazing, actually. So
Yeah.
plant is what is considered wood element. We'll get into the 5 elements in a little better. So while we're talking about plants, so the wood element or plant or flowers, it's really bringing the energy of growth and expansion. So I've got a plant right behind me. You do too as well.
Yes.
And it's putting it in the right place, right location to help us. What do you want to grow, right? Is it your business? Is it your wealth and abundance? Is it relationship? Is it the health of your company? Or, obviously our health is everything. But what I also want to mention is, everybody wants to have wealth and abundance, right? Everybody
Right.
wants to have great relationship, whether that's interpersonal relationship for business or love relationship. But what's really important to know is that we have to neutralize the stagnant energy first because they're creating blockages. And
Right.
if we don't sort of neutralize them or work with this energy, they're always going to create blockages. So it
Right.
doesn't matter how much we want to tap into wealth and abundance. First in Feng Shui is we neutralize those negative energies because they're just kind of blocking
Just
us in
there.
a way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can then look to work with there's a lot of great positive energy. I mean, universe conspires to help us succeed, right?
Right.
But it's tapping into these positive energies to then help us with our relationship or prosperity or health. But yeah, first we have to work with these negative energy first.
So
And then
removing the negativity.
that's right.
That's a key to life. In order to move forward, you have to be clear on where you're heading. You have to be able to step away from sometimes what you know in order to get to where you want to be, and it's uncomfortable, right? But I think to your point, there are ways to make it a little bit easier, especially when you tap into feng shui. So, just asking for all the people that don't necessarily have a green thumb, but they want to implement this idea of having plants in their home. Do you have suggestions on plants that are easy to take care of but can still bring in that good energy?
So I have monstera behind me.
A
These
monstera.
literally grow like monsters.
No, no.
And they're lush. What you want is really that lushness, which brings the abundance, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you look in nature, I mean, nature is abundant. Look at a tree. I mean, you can't even count
Right.
the number of leaves. If you look at a lawn, right, the number of grass. I mean, there's abundance is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, get really lush plants. So what also to avoid is things that are pointy. So
Pointy.
cactus is not so good for feng shui
Oh.
because the sharp energy, it's considered not a very good energy. So you want in feng shui we prefer to have things with round leaf because the energy it helps the energy flow better, right? So
Wow. Okay, so round leaf and lush. Stay away from the pointy things.
that's right.
Got it.
So if you put your
Okay.
finger on it, how you can tell is if it pricks your finger, it's too sharp.
Oh, okay. Well, take note of that, guys. So, we spoke a little bit about the elements of feng shui. You said there are five. You mentioned wood. And then what are the other four?
Yeah. Um, so it's really the energy that they represent. They encapsulate the universal energy that's all around us. So we talked
Right.
about wood, which is represents the energy of growth and expansion, and fire represents the energy of transformation and activation. So when we think of passion, right, we think of fire energy. It activates. We also have earth element, and earth is about grounding and stability. It holds everything together. Metal is about focus and clarity, and then water it's about flow and movement. Water also represents abundance and finances in in Feng Shui. So look at our
Interesting.
yeah, look our plumbing in the home. So one big tip I have is keep the toilet seat down, the lid, right? Keep the toilet lid
All
down
right.
to
There are
so you're
any
not
guys listening?
flushing because every time we flush, we're draining the energy away. And so keep the other thing is really sanitary reason. Every time you flush, whatever's in that bowl, it gets stirred up and it becomes air particles. So
Listen, I think I'm okay. I'm a slight germaphobe, so I naturally do this. I naturally put the seat down. I know this is TMI. Like, who talks about using the bathroom? But either way, put the seat down.
it's so
And
important.
I'm like, because I think about just everything that can come out of the toilet, and like, it's just so gross.
And you've
So
heard like
now that
people,
you're
yeah,
confirming that, it just makes me feel better.
people will like keep their toothbrush like
Oh my gosh.
in the
Oh,
living
don't
room,
get me
right? Because the
started.
bathroom has like too much germ, but it's because of all that. The other thing
Yeah.
is keep the bathroom door closed because there's still the drain in the sink and the tub. So bathroom in general is a very draining energy. So we want to just keep
Ooh.
the door closed as well as the seat down so that we're not draining the energy away in our
You
home.
know, it's really interesting that you say that because when you think about, at least based on conversations I've had with different entrepreneurs, a lot of people get really good ideas in the shower.
Yeah.
So, is there something to say about that when it comes to water and taking a shower? Because
Again, it's
especially if it's
flow and movement,
so,
right?
despite the bathroom being like a lot of draining energy, there's still space for
Yeah.
positivity. That's
So,
interesting.
water represents a number of things, emotions as well. So,
Mm.
if there's drain pipe that isn't working or clogged, I mean, just
Hmm.
reflect. There's probably some emotional blockages that's happening in your life
So
right now.
cry in the shower. That's what you're saying.
And also, when a lot of people use blue decors for the bathroom, it's actually too much water element. So I would stay away from blues, like adding more water to already too much excess water. And so what we
Okay.
want to do is bring in earth and wood element to balance out that water energy, right? Because
Interesting.
wood absorbs water and
Okay.
earth blocks water. So we're always looking for a balance, right? The other thing is, so if there's any leakage, plumbing leaks, fix it right away because you're literally your finances draining away. And
Ooh,
so,
you don't want that.
yeah.
Are there any other colors that we should consider when it comes to decorating our
Yeah.
bathroom?
So bring in cream, earth
Mm.
tones, beige, brown. These are all in the earth tone family. Those are great for bath towels or floor mat. You can also bring in green. All shades of green are considered wood element. So those
Oh.
are really good color to bring in either to towels, even shower curtains. Yeah.
And for all the entrepreneurs that are single, a fun hack that you have that you shared with me, and I was like, that is so cool. It makes so much sense. So if you're
Yeah.
living on your own,
Yep.
go ahead.
So the thing is, like, look around your home.
Right.
Are there a lot of photos and images and artwork of single women? And so that is just really promoting the energy of supporting you being single. So bring in pairs of things.
Yes.
So it could be pairs of, I mean, people, whatever they're called to. I have pair of swans,
Oh,
right?
aw.
There's pair of flowers. You can
Mm-hmm.
also bring in pair of rose quartz. Rose quartz are amazing to bring in the energy of love and compassion as well. It
Mm-hmm.
opens your heart.
The toothbrush holder, right?
Yeah, and also in your bedroom, like things should be paired. whether you're single or in a relationship, you want a balanced relationship. So two nightstands, if you have lamp, two lamps, ideally matching, and then same with like pillows. Just invite in that energy of the balanced relationship, because a lot of time when they're, even when we're on our own, we still want to have a balance within a
Within
relationship with
ourselves.
ourselves, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So
And then
it's
the other
not,
things,
yeah.
yeah, really important is cultivating self love. This is a
Oh,
big one for me.
key.
Yeah,
That's
and really,
the most important kind of love you can have.
that's right.
It's with
Because
yourself.
relationship will come in and out of your life.
Yeah.
You have this one body in this lifetime. Have a great relationship, really cultivating self love, because when you have so much love that it overflows, I mean, everyone else around you is going to benefit from it, right?
Right. Yeah. They say your energy is contagious or infectious. And it's true. When you walk into a room, you bring that energy. You can either walk in with your head down or you can walk in with your head up and just be a light in a dark space. And I think the same applies when you're walking into a big meeting, whether it's virtual or in person, how you show up. It says a lot about you before you even speak,
That's
which
right.
is so
People can
interesting.
feel your energy. You're emanating that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And how you set up your space can support or take away from it. Right. So that's fun. And I know we spoke about blockages and old habits a little bit, but I'm just curious to know, when it comes to old habits and feng shui, like how can we make adjustments so that we can be more disciplined, and intentional about time, or just to bring more in.
Yeah. So in feng shui, clutter is a big one. So
Oh,
declutter. Yeah.
okay. For
So
all of
it'd be
the
really,
hoarders out there.
that's right, that's right. It'd be really interesting to see, because when I go into people's homes or spaces where they have the clutter, it's usually what's not flowing in their life, right? Intentional feng shui, there's different aspect that reflects in your life. And so I've seen this time and over again. So declutter, schedule like an hour, put on some good music, and you're gonna feel so much better after that. The other thing that's really, really important is what I call the inner feng shui. So this is our mindset, right?
Yep.
So this is so important because in feng shui there's this theory. It's called the cosmic trinity. So there's the our soul's purpose. Before we come into this lifetime, we sort of say, okay, these are the lessons I want to learn, people I want to have in my life, the life experience I'm going to have, maybe children, these things that are sort of set in place before we come in. It could be
Right. Because, yes,
children.
we already have a plan set for
That's
us.
right. That's right.
Right.
And then there's also what's called the humanly chi, which is our free will, our intentions, our actions. So everything we do falls on the humanly chi. And
Like
then
lychee, like the plant.
humanly. So human
Oh,
chi. So chi
human
is the,
chi.
yes,
Chi. Oh,
chi is
human
the
chi.
energy, right? It's the life force energy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just hungry. Thinking about lychee.
Were you thinking
Okay.
of a lychee martini?
Yeah. And like, lychee and like the boba and everything. Okay. Ignore me. So
And
continue.
then there's
Sorry.
the earthly chi, which
Okay.
is where feng shui comes in. So that's our environment. It's also the five people that you surround yourself with.
And
We are the
and
sum
this
of five
is,
people. And
yes. Hmm.
and then this your environment, the energy falls under this earthly chi. And so
Right.
they each account a third, and a third of our lives. And
Mm.
so by combining the human chi and the earthly chi. So the human chi is our mindset, right? But a lot of time, most of us in our modern world, we fall under the human chi. We're like go go go, like I want to get shit done, right? And
Right.
like and then when you go home, if your environment isn't supporting you, that's why it's really easy to fall back into old patterns,
Right.
right? Because we're shifting only one third of our, and you get frustrated. Why am I doing all this work and things just isn't working out the way I want it to be? And then you put more frustration, the energy that you're putting out. It's right. Why aren't things working out my way? Um, but really combining human chi or the mindset. This is also what I call the inner feng shui. There's a lot of work to be done there to
Yeah.
to a aligned, balanced center place. And when we combine it with feng shui work for your home, for your business, together, that's where we're going to make a huge impact. And it's really
Wow.
transformative because we're shifting that 66% of our lives, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That's
So, how long does it usually take? I know some people are probably like, okay, I'm going to place a plant by my door and tomorrow I'm going to get that call or that email, even though I know that's just not how things work, but maybe it does for that person. So, what's
so I
timing like?
wanna I wanna just emphasize that putting the plan is great, but it's it's gonna make some shift. But we really want to look at it holistically, right?
Right.
Because again, that plan isn't gonna remove the negative energy that's in your
No.
space. So really look at it holistically. I have seen feng shui work as quick as one day, 1 week, or it could take up to a couple of months to shift the energy. I'll give you an example. Door to my building, they were doing a lot of construction, and there was so much dust. I have a water fountain on my fire escape, and I just one Sunday morning, I was like, I'm fed up. It's so dirty. I just took a couple hours to reset up the water fountain, and then Monday we talked about doing this podcast. And then I also got a speaking engagement with New Life Expo. This all happened. I was like, oh my God, it shifted the
Wow.
energy in less than a day. I've
Wow.
also helped someone, a real estate developer, to move a red painting from her bedroom because the red painting was feeding the bad earth, the very stagnant energy. And so I was like, don't, let's move your painting from your bedroom to by the door where we need a fire that year. And then next week, the following week, she got two signed contracts for
Oh,
her.
wow.
Yeah. And so it could really shift the energy that fast. But sometimes when the energy is really stagnant, right, it takes a couple months to shift. So, and again, like how much work are you doing as well, right? Are you putting in all the elements? Because you can't just wanting to work on the energy of abundance when you didn't even clear out the negative energies. That's just what I tell people. So what I tell people is, if you even if you're renting, if you have 6 months time, do feng shui. This work is going to help you actually be in a much more prosperous, abundant state and creating peace and harmony. It's going to help you move forward in life. Anyways, there's annual energy that comes in, and because nothing stays stagnant, right? The
Right.
only thing that is constant is change in life.
Oh, the
So
only thing that is constant is change.
that's right.
Wow. Yes. Change, if whether you have a business or just in life in general. Good point.
Yeah. Some remedy will stay for a couple years, and some will move around from year to year. So I tell people to make it portable. If it's something that's a pillow to bring in some fire, like a red pillow to bring in some fire energy, things that it's easy to move around from year to year.
Wow. So even like with the seasons and, like decor for the holidays and such, like that you have to be intentional there too. So I'm guessing, because we think about Christmas, it's like for those that celebrate Christmas, you have the red and the green, sometimes gold. Obviously those are like the primary colors for the holiday. So you're bringing a lot of passion, love, like is that
Yeah.
giving that vibe?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of activation of celebration, really. Yeah.
So is that why we're so happy during the holidays?
Hmm. Yeah.
Because I love the holiday season. I'm such a festive person. I started watching holiday movies in October. I'm like, all right, you guys enjoy Halloween, but I'm on Hallmark, and people are like, Hallmark? What do you watch? It just feel good, feel good entertainment, if you will. But let's get back to the business aspect of it all. So with entrepreneurship and thinking about moving things around, change, I know that you mentioned that there's the power position within your home office and in your bedroom too. So can you speak to that for all the entrepreneurs that do have a home office, or if they don't, how they can also implement that in their bedroom too?
Yeah. Let's start with the office.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people want to save space, and the desk is up against the wall. This is
Yeah.
actually the worst position.
Mm.
Because you have no perspective. You're being blocked by the wall, right? And so the power position really is place your desk so that you can see the front door. And because the energy comes in through either the front door or door to your office, and you're sort of in the furthest corner with back support, so solid support like I have here, have a wall behind you, and position your desk so that you have open space in front, right? So you can
Makes
see the
sense.
door, you have open space in front. This open space allows you to see perspective, allows you to see opportunity that are coming in, and also your creativity, your juice, right? Like it's flowing. This space in front is what we call the phoenix. So it can spread its wing and fly. And so actually I have a fire phoenix behind me for
Oh,
support.
wow. Okay, that makes sense.
I need
Okay.
fire. And this is actually my wealth and abundance area that I'm sitting at. And so by knowing how to position yourself in the right area in your home, it can really help with your give that extra boost of energy, right, for your business. And then for the bedroom, it's really, really important because we spend 8 hours a day in bed. That's a third of our
Right.
lives, right?
Right.
And so the energy, we're sleeping in that energy. And so the power position for the bedroom, again, you want to see the door into the bedroom, and you want a solid support. So putting the bed up against the window is not good. Actually, there's too much energy leak. And so you want a solid support and also have a solid headboard. Ideally is either wood or wrapped in fabric. Having sort of open headboard or metal headboard is not great because metal is actually a very young energy. So in the bedroom, we want to have cultivate more yin energy, which is to help with rest and sleep, rejuvenate our system when we're sleeping. In the bedroom, ideally under your bed. I know I live in New York City, but keep under the bed clear so that everything has energy, right? So people put luggage or definitely avoid metal objects under the bed because they all carry a lot of energy and you're sleeping on top of that energy. I actually did a
Right.
feng shui for this couple, and it's a designer and architect, and he put a lot of architectural drawing underneath his bed, and I asked him, how do you sleep? He goes, not good. And I was like, yes, let's move all this because that has so much, I mean, it's like sweat and tear doing these
Right.
drawings, right? We stay up till midnight working on these just and if you had an argument with either the landlord, the contractor, it has so much energy. And so we move that out underneath his bed. He sleeps so much better now.
I think too, it's important for people to know that they can absolutely take this advice and be considerate about the things that they bring in, the placement of things in their home. But it's not a one size fits all because based on the layout of your space, that can determine where your sweet spots are, where the like you said, this is your wealth and abundance corner, and that's all based off of what you do within Feng Shui.
There's also what I want to add to that is we each have an element as well. We have a personal trigram. The home also has an element. So, for example, I'm a wood trigram living in an earth home. I mean, I've been here for quite some time. So, we want to support the home's element so the home can support us. And then, as far as our personal trigram goes, it helps us set up our home, our sleeping, our for rest, our desk for productivity, for abundant success. So it's layering in also the personal trigram, and then also for our, for example, as a wood element, I have green sheets, and so while I'm sleeping, I'm being supported, right?
Got you.
Yeah, so it
Wow.
feeds my element. Yeah.
That's so cool. And how can people, I guess, if they come to you for a consultation, are you able to figure out their
For
personal
sure.
element?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So
That's
there's a
cool.
lot of layers to feng shui.
Mhm.
Um, so there's form feng shui, there's classical feng shui, which is looking at the energy blueprint of the
Mhm.
home. And then we use the elements to remedy and to balance out what's it. Most homes need some sort of remedy. There's
Right.
no perfect feng shui home, really. It's just saying that everybody has something that they're working on, right?
Mhm.
And then we layer in intentional feng shui. We then layer in the personal trigram. So there's a lot of different layers,
Different
and I
layers.
look at the as a designer. I look at the architecture of the space and how to best place. Then we look at furniture placement. So we started this conversation with the myth. So furniture placement is part of it, but it's only a small percentage. We also look
Right.
at color, to how to support these elements. We also look at artwork because they're constantly sending us subliminal messages. So I like to use our home or our space, our office as three-dimensional visioning board. What do you want to manifest in your life? Let's get it on these
Mhm.
walls, right? And then put it in the
Wow.
place that is going to most support that intention. So there's certain areas for bringing love into your life. So we can activate the peach blossom. Peach blossom in feng shui, it's love energy, and there's certain area in your home that really help with abundance and prosperity. Certain area in your home really support your career and finances. And then there's also an area in your home that brings in the universal energy. And so they really represent different aspects of our lives. And so how can we, use the energy that's already there, use our intentions, right? So we can maximize the potential of your space and then help to support our goals in life.
In life. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
That's really
I
the main goal with feng shui. It's
is
how,
to live your best life.
yeah.
At the end of the day, I love that. And I really appreciate breakdown that you've given us throughout this conversation, whether it's about the bathroom and the toilet or just your office, and even just how at the end of the day it still comes back to you. And that's essentially what gifted and guided is all about. It's about prioritizing you so that you can thrive in your business. So thank you so much for such a fruitful conversation. The gift that keeps on giving. I love this segment. My love language is gift giving. So naturally, as we call this community the gifted and guided community, we ask all of our guides to give us a gift, something to walk away with. So, Suo, what gift do you want to give us? What's
Yes,
something that we need to do to activate?
I would love to invite everyone to really consciously tap into the energy of their space. Just stand in the middle of your home or your space, your work environment. Just look around and see, are there things that bring you joy, right? We should all be surrounding ourselves with things we love and bring out joy, because that's a energy that we're putting out into the space. And are there corners with clutter that you're like, I need to clear that out, and it's always in the back of your head, right? Because so many times I've done feng shui when I go into people's space, where they have clutter is where they have some blockages in that area of their home. And so we're so connected with the energy of our home. So by consciously tapping into the energy of the home, yeah, we could really connect with it, because the home wants to, when we go into a space, whether it's a home, if it's an office space, when we sign that contract, there's actually a soul contract that we have with the home. The home is there to help heal us, and we heal the home at the same time. And so it wants to support us, right? And so it's just by tapping into it. The other thing that I would also ask, when you walk into your front door of your home or your office space, is really have something beautiful that is going to bring a smile to your face. So that could be an orchid or plant or beautiful piece of artwork, something that you're like, oh my God, I love this so much, right? And you're putting that energy out. It's coming from your heart. You're putting that energy out into your space. So I would invite you to really give gratitude to your home, to your environment, because we are so deeply connected with our space, and it supports everything we do, our daily
Yeah.
activities. So really give thanks, give gratitude, and that's going to come back to you in tenfold.
Yeah. Practicing gratitude is a daily requirement. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you for that. So I think those are pretty simple, easy things to implement today. So appreciate you making it nice and easy for us. Thank you so much for being a part of our show and our community. There's so much more that we
So
have to look
excited.
forward to. And I know that we have some things working, that we're working on a few things for our community. But before we share that, you'd like to gift our audience an additional thing. And what is that?
So if you want to dive deeper and really experience the transformative power of feng shui to maximize the potential of your space, I'm happy to give the listeners a discount. So yeah,
Nice.
please reach
Thank you
out.
so much.
Yes, so I'm on Instagram. It's called The Designed Impact. And
Okay.
can also email me at suo at thedesignedimpact.com. I'm
Okay, so
also on
Suo.
LinkedIn and Facebook. It's the same handle. So if you prefer to connect on LinkedIn or Facebook, we could do it that way as well.
Amazing. Well, Suo, thank you so much for joining us today and being a part of our community. We're so excited for all the amazing things to come. Until
Thank you
next
so
time.
much for
Thank
having me on the
you.
show.
Oh,
I'm
it's our
so excited.
pleasure. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.